Black light back. This is Cyberspace Ministry. My mission is to unite black people all over the globe under one banner of righteousness. My movement is the Aboriginal Universal Supreme Conscious Council of the Elders, calling on all elders to rise up in your community, in your village, in your city. Take charge of the youth. Bring them up on the straight and narrow. In order to do that, you gotta be, or we gotta be, on the straight and narrow. Because it's about that time, y'all. On Cyberspace Ministry, we give you the kind of knowledge that you won't get in anybody's college. The kind of flavor that will save you. From the land of Nod to the kingdom of God. It's time to rise and shine. Yesterday is my story completely. Tomorrow is my vision, victory. And today is a gift. That's why I call it God present. When we mention these names right here, the Council on Foreign Relations, the Trilateral Commission, Freemasons, the Bilderbergers, Knights of the Round Table, Federal Reserve, the Illuminati, organized crime, the mob, all these are a cluster of families that are ruling you and I. And anyone come up against them and whatever, they get eliminated. They've been running a game for a long time. So you don't think that they can be got. You don't think that these giants can be got, but I'm here to say that anybody can be got. It says Revelations, blessed and holy is he that has part in the first resurrection. On such the second death has no power. But this shall be priest of God and of Christ, and shall reign with him 1,000 years. When 1,000 years are expired, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison, and shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the four quarters of the earth, Gog and Magog, to gather them together to battle, the number of whom is as the sand of the sea. They went up on the breadth of the earth. and compassed and compassed the camp of the saints about in the beloved city. And fire came down from God out of heaven and devoured them. And the devil that deceived them was cast into a lake of fire and brimstone, where the beast and all the false prophets. Let me put all of them in there. The beast and the false prophets are and shall be tormented day and night, forever and ever. And I saw a great white throne, and him that sat on it, from whose face of the earth and the heavens fled away, and there was found no place for them. And I saw the dead, small and great, stand before God, and the books were open, and another book was open, which is the book of life. And the dead were judged out of those things which were written in the book accordingly to their works. And the sea gave up the dead which were in it, and death and hell delivered up the dead which were in them, and they were judged, every man according to their works. And death and hell were cast into the lake of fire. Repeat that. And death and hell were cast into the lake of fire. This is the second death. And whosoever was not found written in the book of life was cast into the lake of fire. And I saw a new heaven and a new earth. For the first heaven and the first earth were passed away, and there was no more sea. And I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from God out of heaven, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband. And I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, Behold, the tabernacle of God is with man. Say that again. I heard a great voice of heaven saying, Behold, the tabernacle of God is with men, and he will dwell with them. So the tabernacle of God is he, and he will dwell with us. And they shall be his people, and God himself shall be with them and be their God. And God himself shall be with them and be their God. And God shall wipe away the tears, all the tears from their eyes. And there shall be no more death, neither sorrow, nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain. For the former things are passed away. And he that sat upon the throne said, Behold, I make all things new. And he said unto me, Write, for these words are true and faithful. And he said unto me, It is done. I am Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end. And I will give unto him that is athirst of the fountain of the water of life freely. I'm going to end right here on 7. He that overcometh shall inherit all things, and I will be his God, and he shall be my son. Going to end right on 7. 7 come 11. And you think that Satan can't be gotten to? You think he's so high up and he's surrounded by so many circles and inner circles, but you can't penetrate it. See, this is a war of the spirit, which is in the mind of man. This is a war of mind over matter. See, Satan, he went to that Bible and read it and studied it. And then he studied the people of the Bible. Then once he studied the people of the Bible, he used the scriptures to counter. In other words, he flipped it on you. He used like your own weapon against you. Like he took your weapon away from you and used it against you. Or he made you use it against yourself. You know. So he did this through his mental capacity. But he hasn't as much mental power as you give him credit for. See, my father or my daddy, Baba, Abu, he told me, he said, Baba said, look, never underestimate yourself and never overestimate anybody. And never underestimate anybody. Never underestimate them and never overestimate them. So, you know, you got an opponent, you know, and you underestimate yourself, you lose confidence, right? And you say, what's the use, you know? And you overestimate your opponent because you see him big and strong, you know, and you done seen him battle before, and he won all his battles, well, most of his battles. And then you underestimate him when you think that, well, he lost some battles and he can't possibly win this. So sometimes you look at people's mistakes and say, they stupid. But it's always a possibility that anything can happen. All is possible when you're rolling with Allah. So we're going to end this one and come back with one more for today. This is Black Light saying, may the peace and blessings of Allah be upon you and yours.